Welcome to the Genuinely You podcast channel, which is packed with advice and tips on how to live your life with purpose. Do you wish you felt happy and fulfilled? Are you feeling stuck, wishing things could be better? Are you ready to take some action and create the life you want? To start living an empowered life, you need to recognize and make full use of the power and freedom that comes from being genuinely you. Your host is Gina Gardner, a #1 best-selling author whose whole life has been about supporting people to achieve personal empowerment, helping people just like you recognize that they can.
You've identified that you have a problem with stress or anxiety. That's exactly why you're here. So understanding what goes on in your body when you feel anxious or stressed is the first stage to understanding how you can deal with it. You'd like to think that you're very much more evolved than a caveman or a mammal, but the reality is that the mechanisms that go on in our bodies in response to stress are exactly the same. So imagine that you are a deer or a gazelle and that you perceive the threat of a lion. Your body goes into a set of physiological changes to enable you to run like hell with the hope that you'll escape. The first thing that happens is that your body starts to release particular hormones. It starts to release adrenaline, cortisol, and hydrocortisone. Those of you that like watching programs, medical programs, will know that if there's a problem with somebody's heart and the heart stops, that they inject adrenaline in. It's a really powerful chemical. What it does is it raises the heartbeat so that the blood pressure raises and that the blood starts to move around the body more effectively so that oxygen and glucose from the cells can be taken to the muscles so that you can run and run quickly. A message goes to the gut and it enables the gut to actually release everything that's in it. You'll see on nature films that actually the deer, when it's being chased, will go to the toilet and empty its bowels. Now, whilst you tend not to do that, at least in polite company, I hope, the situation is exactly the same. Digestion takes most of our energy. And so if we want that energy for something else, then the body has to get rid of what's in the gut. So if you're feeling anxious and stressed, it's no surprise that your tummy starts to churn, that you get butterflies, that you may have problems and need to go to the loo quickly or often. It's because the chemicals are actually working on your system to free up your blood so that it can actually carry oxygen and glucose to your muscles so that you can run. The difficulty, of course, is that in modern day living, you have that stress and that anxiety, but you don't do the running bit. And because you don't do the running bit, all of those chemicals stay within our system. And they have the effect on your gut, as I say, of butterflies, churning, feeling tight around the solar plexus, feeling you want to go to the loo. But they also give you high blood pressure. They give you a headache. They can make your vision feel funny. It can keep you awake at night. Insomnia is really, really common. And actually, one of the most simple ways to deal with that feeling of stress and anxiety is to burn off those chemicals. And the way to burn off those chemicals is to take exercise. But by taking exercise, your body starts to burn off all of that excess hydrocortisone, cortisol and adrenaline. And in doing that, you feel better. It's no surprise that people have found that by going for a brisk walk or taking a jog, cycling, swimming, that they actually feel better. Because one of the other things that happens with exercise is that the body starts to release endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and they're the feel-good hormones, the ones that make you feel really, really great. So a simple way, if you're feeling stressed or anxious, is to take some exercise. 10 minutes should do it, making sure that actually there's some real welly behind it. The other great quick fix is laughter. Laughter releases exactly the same feel-good hormones. So taking exercise on a regular basis, finding things to laugh at, looking at a video, using YouTube. There's endless amounts of stuff on there that's for free. Watching a television program that makes you laugh will all help you feel better. Not only do they actually work physiologically to make you feel better, but ultimately you're taking control of your life. And one of the most important principles is it's you who has the power to make the change. You are responsible for your own emotions and you're responsible for how you feel. Taking control, even in that small way, can make a huge difference. The flight or fright mechanism is there to protect you, but in modern day living we end up with having those hormones working round and round our system, and they make you feel pretty grim. So, over the next week, it's really useful to start incorporating some exercise and some laughter. It has a huge physiological impact on how you feel. Give it a try, and I'll see you next week.
You've just been listening to another great Genuinely You podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Genuinely You is a culmination of Gina's work, spanning over 30 years, of helping people learn what makes them feel happy and truly fulfilled, and how to achieve it. Please visit genuinely-you.com today to find out more.